Yo, what is going up, YouTube? It's your boy iBelvee here, dropping another video for you guys on Overlay Expert. You can think of it as a part 2. There's going to be multiple parts on Overlay Expert with adding customizations for you console streamers, for you mobile streamers to be able to add some flair, add some own personalization to your streams. So what we're going to do in this video is going over just custom overlays, finding things from WDFlat.com that kind of fit what we're trying to do. Just a small little overlay to just give our Twitch more of a, like I said, personalized experience for the viewers. Also, I do want to stress, just like in my last video, if you did not check that out, I definitely highly suggest you check that video out because it goes over Overlay Expert as a whole and shows you guys how to actually function and move around and do things within that website for Twitch. Also, this will only work on Twitch, so if you are a YouTube streamer, if you're a Facebook streamer, this will not work for you. I do apologize. But yeah, and the only thing that I want to point out is that this only works if your viewers are watching online on a computer. So if they are watching for mobile, they won't be able to actually see the overlay. So yeah, you just have to remind, if you do have a overlay going, if they want to see that, they'll have to check it out on the actual website. So those are the two things I did want to point out. Once again, if you didn't check out the video, please check out the other video. With that, let's go ahead and get to it. Hope you guys are ready. Are you ready? Then let's go. Let's go ahead and get started. So what we want to do, we want to go to WDFlat.com first off, and once we get up in the site, I'm gonna present it, home screen, whatever. We want to go over here to the streaming design section where we want to go in the overlays. And inside of the overlays, what we want to do is you have a whole bunch of options here. You want to pay attention and filter by editor online first off. The reason why you want to choose that is because this website actually allows you to make slight changes to what they've already created to make, the overlay just a little bit more tailored to you. And I'm going to show you that here in just a bit. And we're going to choose just the first option here for editing. And you can see here, once you get there, you have launch editor online. And please remember, if you do not see this option here, that means you can't actually edit it on your computer. You would need to download it, edit it in like Photoshop or something like that. And well, I don't have anything like that, and I don't have the skills for that. So we use the online editing option that they have here available. All right, so the first thing that you can see is the overlay color. We can actually mess around with the colors, change it red, change it yellow, green, whatever, cyan. I'm just gonna leave it at red. The overlay text, if you actually select inside of the box and hit your delete key, it'll actually remove that. So if you don't want to put anything there, you don't have to. But for me, I'm just gonna put the branding right front and center. And then the next thing we're gonna do, and we can change the font style. We have the bold, italic, and all that. In the font family, I actually noticed that there is no drop down option for this, but this is not the default. This isn't the only option you have. You just have to memorize different font types. So Times New Roman, is that one? I think so. That's what I learned in school. And there you go. You can see it kind of changed to the Times New Roman. I'm just gonna stick with the default. It kind of looks cool. And then you can change the color, mess around with that a little bit. We're just gonna leave it at white, choose, and then you can mess around with the text size, make it bigger, make it smaller. The alignment, if you just want it, vertically and horizontally changed a little bit, you can do that as well. So those options are there available for you. And with the social medias, we got Facebook over here and Instagram on the right. You can actually change those. You can have Discord, you can have it blank, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, pretty much the main social sites. Unfortunately, you can't change this. Let's say if I wanted to have a TikTok up there, I can't put it up there, but we have at least something there. And then just like before, if you do not want to put anything here, because like for me, my channel, iBelvee, is the same across Instagram, Twitter, all that's just the same. I can actually just hit the delete key and it'll just be completely removed. That way I don't have a whole bunch of my name on the left and the right side. To me, that just doesn't look good. So I'm just going to delete that. on both sides, and we are going to have YouTube and Twitter, I guess, on the left and the right side. And the middle section up here, we have the followers and donations showing on the streaming icon sections. And if you want to have those blank, you can have it blank. What we're going to do for this video, we're going to have last follower and we're going to have last subscriber on there. And once you're finished, that's pretty much it. So once you're finished with that, you can name it New Year, New Me, and we can hit download. Once we hit download, obviously, you know, it's gonna download. Nothing fun there. Anyway, so after that, we're gonna go back to Overlay Expert, and we're actually gonna start building out our overlay from scratch. Now, like I said and previously, definitely check out the original video. It is a little bit of a longer video, but that video explains a lot of the things that I'm going to kind of quickly glance over. So if you want a little bit more detailed video, I would suggest checking out my other video talking about Overlay Expert. Alrighty, so we're going to go here. We're going to go to My Overlays, and we are going to create a new one. I believe my face is in the way of creating a new one. Let me see. Yes, it is. So we're gonna hit the plus icon. Boom. Boom. And welcome to the build editor, whatever you want to learn, walk through. No, I do not want to walk through. And we are going to be presented with this little section. We can, you know, give it a name. New Year, New Me. I don't know why that's the theme for today. And we're going to go ahead and add new layer. And once we get there, we get the little new content item that we're going to get rid of here in a bit, but we're going to focus on the background. And once we click on the background, we're going to go to select. And as you can see, I kind of played around with one earlier. We're going to hit this little upload section up here that's going to actually allow us to go into our file system. And we're gonna choose this one, this New Year, New Me. Cool, it's there. Make sure before you finish that you hit this little check mark down there. And then you see that it kind of showed up over here. We're gonna remove this new content item text real quick because it's kind of in the way. So we're gonna go to content down here on the right, scroll all the way down, and not what I wanted to do. Didn't mean to click on it. We're gonna click these three dots, delete, and that should be gone. Alrighty, so going back up to the background section, you can see that, well, maybe I need to stretch it, but as I'm stretching it, you can see that it's not doing what it's supposed to do, what I think it should do. It's kind of changing as I'm moving. So what we want to do is go to the sizing section, and it says fill to layer, and that's why it's continuously changing. We want to fit to layer. And then as you can see, there's like multiple little those designs that we created showing up. We want to go to tiling, and we want to set this option to none. And then from there, there's no more, just the one. And then from there, you can kind of, you know, stretch it out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger to show up on there, and just position it the way you want it to be positioned. And then boom, that's how we get that going as far as like an overlay to show up. Now we are going to make just a little bit of a change, a little bit of an addition to the sections up here, which kind of went over in my last video, but we're going to go over it here real quick. We're going to select this, and we're going to get to add nested layer. And then from there, we're going to scroll over to the content section. As you can see, the new content item kind of popped up right there. And then we are going to edit this, remove the new content item. We don't need it anymore. And I think what the left was followers. So we'll have, where is last? Is it on here? Give me 1 second. I gotta scroll through, see if I can find it. Follow subscribers, recent subscribers. They might not show one, so this might be a scrolling one. We'll just throw in recent followers right there. Hit that, and we'll move this around. We need to kind of position it to be right in there. All right, cool. Now let's see if we can make a couple of changes in here. Alrighty, so what we want to do is actually just play around with the size. I think the sizing is a little bit too much. It's a little too big, so we're gonna just take it down to about 30, 35 and see. I kind of like that a little bit better, where it's kind of scrolling through a little bit. We're gonna change the positioning just a bit to go down there, and now you can see it's kind of just scrolling through, and you can kind of see the recent followers in there, and then we'll just do the same thing for the subscribers down here. I also see that some of the text is kind of not 100% correct, so before we do jump over to the other side, I want to change where it drops off at. And to do that, we want to go to the position from layers edges. And what we want to do is mess around with, I think, the right or the left one. Not fully 100% sure. Let's see if that one's going to do it the way I need it to do it. We're going to put it at 10 to a higher and see when it drops off. Kind of looks like it's not dropping off. Let's set this back to 0 and do the left. Let's see. $100. There we go. So that's what we want. We want the one on the left, but we want to change it to let's say 25. Let's see if that's too much. It's kind of a little bit too much, so we'll do 20. Nope. So you got to just play around with this until you can actually get the right number that you want the actual fall off to happen on. So 15, not too bad on 15. I mean, maybe I could do 10, 5, just to see, just to play around with where I actually want this to drop off at. Let's do it just an 8. How about that? A little bit closer. And we can do the same thing for the other side. We're going to click on this big thing and add a new nested layer. And then from there, it's kind of just the same thing, just with subscribers. And edit, and let's go ahead and remove this name. And we're going to put in, where is it at? Recent subscribers, and we're gonna throw it there. Obviously this is pretty sad, but yeah.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do the same thing on this section. Actually, we're gonna do it from the right because, well, actually I think it would be scrolling from this way to that way, so we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it just like that. I don't think we need to make any changes on that front, since I can't even see that it's scrolling, which is great. And honestly, if I were doing this, I probably wouldn't even have the subscriber list there, because I don't have subscribers, so it'll just show up with the text that says none, which is a little sort of embarrassing, but it's a grind. It's a struggle out there, guys. You gotta get those subscribers. If you want to subscribe to my Twitch, link down below. Go ahead and come through. I bet you'll have a good time. Alrighty, so yeah, that's pretty much how you want to create a overlay, somewhat of a custom overlay. This isn't the end all and be all of how to create your own overlay within Overlay Expert. You can do things like find artists who provide you with a PNG file that has like a transparent background on places like Fiverr. You can find other online sites. I do caution you just to be careful when going to these free websites and downloading things. From my experience, the WDFlat website has been great. I haven't had any issues with it. It seems like it's safe and secure, pretty simple. Options to give you a lot of things, but there are other options if you don't like the styling of what's presented, what's given to you from this website. You definitely have so many different options, but this was the the one that I found that was the most easiest to use out of some of the ones that I did look for when I started streaming earlier last year. So yeah, that is actually going to be it for this video. We are going to be doing more videos talking about doing your alerts and doing like your face cam and things like that, and also setting up like a be right back screen on some future videos within Overlay Experts for you console streamers. So please go ahead and drop a follow, go ahead and like the video if you did enjoy it, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay wild, creators. Later.